Very nice.
Okay, that, what do you make of that?
Was it close to a miracle that Sanju Samson produced?
Sanju played well. He took India very close, but I think you have to hold him responsible also for this loss. Because at one
He
stage,
took the game too deep, but it was
too deep. No, I just wanted him to get enough strike also, and he should have been the one who should have taken that responsibility. In fact, that penultimate over, the 39th over, he didn't face a single delivery. I can understand, okay, you had because the first ball that I think Avesh Khan played that first ball, and what happened in the previous over, 37th over,
8 runs were scored.
so Sanju Samson, go down. Okay, now go down. Sanju Samson took a single.
Yes.
You know, the moment Shardul Thakur got out, Sanju Samson should have played 95% of the deliveries from there on.
Yes.
I couldn't understand, and he's got that kind of a game where he can put the bowlers under pressure, and we saw that in the last over. I think the calculation wasn't too bad because they knew that there will be an over from Shamsi. They will have to bowl Shamsi that last over or whichever over they would want to. But then
If it was 15 or 19 overs, Sanju had it covered, but 29 was 9 runs too much.
No, I understand. I know a lot of people would be praising Sanju. He played well. It was a good innings, but still, I thought it would have been better. It should have been better rather. That he should have ended up on the winning side. And you know, towards the end, how many they needed? 29 or 30 runs of the last over, and it could have actually been, say, about 20 runs.
Yes.
And 20 runs, Sanju Samson would have easily. This is Mukesh Kumar.
Yes.
Okay. So he could have scored those runs. I think India will regret this loss.
How will you see Sanju Samson's performance 6 months down the line? Will anyone remember that actually firstly I'd want to say that he was the standout performer as far as batting is concerned. The blame has to be taken by Shikhar Dhawan, Shubman Gill, Ruturaj Gaikwad, Ishan Kishan, who faced half the deliveries of this match and got no runs. Agreed. But that's what happens in cricket, right? Sometimes a certain set of batsmen don't come good. Usually in a cricket match, you'll have 1 or 2 batsmen who stand out. Whoever have their day that day, they will come and get you the runs. Today it was Shreyas Iyer and Sanju Samson. Shreyas Iyer, at the time that he was batting, looking at his strike rate, you can't blame him. I think he did a fair enough job. You can look at it how he got his runs. He was smart today. He capitalized against the spinners. Whichever way he did it. That was smart batting.
But got out with a short ball.
No, that's okay. But he got you the runs, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, South Africa also made a tactical blunder. They didn't immediately introduce the pacers when
he is not of importance today. He got you the runs at the time. Now, if there is a person who's played 63 deliveries, that is Sanju Samson. He was in good form today, and the fact that I will also give him that much leeway that he was taking it deep like MS Dhoni. Agreed, that was his style of play. He could have gone with that. The point is, if MS Dhoni had taken it that deep, would MS Dhoni have allowed the tailender to face 4 or 5 deliveries of the 19th over?
No.
The point is, I can agree that firstly, as a senior partner, he should have spoken to Avesh, who was trying to hit the ball out of the park, by saying, forget all this, take a single, give me a strike. That didn't happen. He was okay being on the non-striker. Then, there was a situation where he connected Avesh. They took 2 runs in that.
Yes. They should
took 2 runs in that occasion. If I was Sanju Samson, I would have said, no. 1 run, you stay there, because why? I trust myself to hit a 6 right now. Can Avesh hit a 6? No. Avesh gets out. What happens? Kuldeep comes out. So what happens? After that, Bishnoi comes out, also holds out first ball. That's another matter. There was a no ball. I am saying had Sanju played that situation where he would have got a one valid delivery, then he would have got that no ball, then you got that extra free hit. That gap that you had of the losing could have been covered by Sanju Samson.
Yes.
It's a blunder. I'm sorry to say, as much as I like Sanju Samson, as much as I feel that he's talented, as much as I enjoyed watching his innings today, if he had been a bit more smart, you could have won the game. This is where it takes me to believe that majority players today, I don't know, that's why we are saying the relevance of one day. I think most players took this as an opportunity to get their own performances up. They said these are the these auditions, as we call it, for getting into the Indian team in the future, and because it's an audition, I will perform at my best. Result, who cares anyway? This ODI series makes no difference to us. We've already qualified for the World Cup. For South Africa, the result. So I'm sorry, but you have to look at a team game through this.
Not the first time that Sanju's had a brain fade or lack of awareness in the death overs. Not the first time, because if you remember IPL 2021, I'm talking about a T20 game, Sanju had hit a brilliant century against Punjab Kings. Brilliant. But Arshdeep, but then
got out to
yeah, he didn't take a single in the previous ball when Chris Morris was at the other end.
No, but I'll tell you, that day, a lot of people said that it was a blunder, it was a tactical mistake. But that day, despite the fact that Rajasthan Royals ended up on the losing side,
4 runs,
I thought that it was not a bad decision. At least there, he was saying, this is exactly what Nikhil is also saying. He should have taken that responsibility.
Win or lose.
That day he took that responsibility. When Chris Morris was there at the other end, he took that responsibility that I am the one who's going to get this team over the line. Today, one full over, Avesh Khan played out that entire over. And of course, 2 balls, Ravi Bishnoi also got to play. And I think, you could have now that the match is over and the difference was just 9 runs. Imagine those 6 balls.
Yes.
You would have been those 6 balls.
Yeah.
I'm saying even if Sanju Samson would have played 2 balls in that over, or even in that, he was ready to give strike to the other batsman, to the other tail ender. I was pretty surprised, and going by his talent, I think he was very much, because there was a sense of calmness around Sanju Samson throughout the match, and in that calmness, India ended up on the losing side.
Can I read a few comments? Because when we started giving our opinion, I did not know what the general public or our family members thought of it. I'll read a few comments. The first ones that I see. Amit Khajuria says, Sanju impresses me, but daring was missing, taking responsibility was missing. Mihir Shah says, insecure players playing selfish innings, blame on management. Prasad Bhagat says, lack of game awareness from Sanju. Vikram Talreja says, I don't know what Sanju was saying to Avesh in the second last over. Avesh could have taken the single on the first ball, and Sanju could have at least had 7-8 more runs from Rabada over. This could be a win. Vikram is saying exactly. Rohit Roy says, why Samson took 2 runs and Avesh missed 2 balls, and that left India with 30 runs in the last over. So just go down a bit. B2 says scorecard might show different, but it was quite obvious that Samson played a safe knock for himself. So these are just the first bit of comments that I've seen, and what I'm glad about it, and I'm really happy about it, is the fact that everyone who's joining us at the moment is reading the game not based on just the scorecard, but reading the game on the basis of context, and that is the beauty of cricket.
Yes.
Sometime in a test match, we end up praising a 40-run knock, but that man must have stood for 138 balls. We praise it. 10 years down the line, you'll say, oh, 40 or 138 balls, what great did he do? But if you've seen the match, you will realize the importance of that inning.
Yes.
Similarly, in this match, if you go back, you look at the scorecard and you'll say, wow, Sanju, most runs in the innings at a strike rate of 137, 86 not out. Wow, must have been a great inning when the next best score was 50 odd. Wow. But in the context, if you've not seen the game, you have not seen the second last over, you will realize that sometimes these innings, by the way, when the great MS Dhoni can come in for criticism, he has.
Yes,
there have been occasions where he has been found wanting in a chase. As much as love he got because of his good performance, if he can be criticized, then I think Sanju Samson also, he's not even close to the league of what MS Dhoni was and MS Dhoni did. If he could be criticized, then I don't think Sanju Samson deserves.
This kind of template is what MS Dhoni used to follow.
But MS Dhoni wouldn't have allowed the Islander to play those.
5 out of 10 times it would work. 5 out of 10 times it never worked. Towards the fag end, it never worked, this template of Dhoni.
Yes.
From 2019 till 2021, when he took it deep, it never worked. So that is the thing. Sanju, that game awareness situation, I go back to that IPL why? Because Morris is was a far capable bat than Avesh.
Yeah.
There he was criticized for not trusting the judgment of the other batter. Here he had a brain fade simply because the other batter was not good.
And he seemed okay. Yeah. He seemed okay being a non-striker. Yeah. If you're really playing for a win, you want your team to win, you wouldn't have been okay. You would have not taken that second run. No chance.
Yes.
Just going to read a few more comments. Roy SP says, could Iyer have been sent at 4 if not 3, especially when spinners were introduced? Even with his pace problems, he's playing smartly in ODIs. Roy SP, I agree. Today, Shreyas Iyer played a smart inning. Yes, he got out to a short pitch delivery. Yes, he capitalized on the spinners, but that's smart cricket.
Yep.
Every batsman will have a weakness, right? But if he can find a way every day to get decent amount of runs every innings at a good strike rate, not harming his team, then what else do you want? Why will someone nitpick and say, oh, this is a weakness, this is not a weakness? He's getting you runs,
yes.
Right? So be it. Hariharan Vishwanath says, poor strategy by Dhawan and VVS for stuffing team with 4 openers on a first come first service, thinking they were ahead in the selection queue instead of taking Tripathi and Patidar for the middle order. Hariharan, by the way, that is exactly what we pointed out in our pre-show, that you are going in with the players that are higher in the pecking order in terms of India selection. So if you are treating the game like that, then obviously the players by their performances also treated the game like that, where they were happy to get their runs and stay for some time and then show that, listen, we batted for so long. I agree with you, and we pointed, if you see our pre-show, even before the game started, we did point out that we would have had Tripathi there simply because that's a role that he has been doing. In IPL he's batted at 4, 5 or whatever that time. Here you had most batsmen who do not bat anywhere between 3, 4, most of them are openers. So are they in a situation to bat in a certain way? No, maybe that's where India faltered. But I still said, having said everything, having seen everything, this match is something that you could have won thanks to some good batting by Shreyas Iyer, Sanju Samson and even Shardul Thakur, I'll say, all of them. Yes. But a bit of smart cricket, a bit of initiative, a bit of kick inside you, a tick inside you where you said, no, I'm not here just to get runs, I'm here to win it, we can win it. It may not be a T20 series, it may not be a World Cup game, but hey, we're playing for India, we got to win one. If that feeling, if that emotion was there, a bit of smart cricket, you should have won this game. See, people should not forget, and cricketers should not forget that it may be like everyone is saying, what is the relevance? That so many people are joining us live right now. We are passionate fans. We've stayed the whole day in office watching this game. There'll be thousands and lakhs and millions of fans watching on television for whom an India win is always important no matter what. You got to see from there, and that too, see, had you had a collapse, you lost, then you would say, okay, bad day, nowhere even close, you couldn't have done anything. This wasn't that day, you could have won. But I'm sorry, a bit of casual attitude, a bit of self-centered attitude, I think is costing India.
I would have said you should have had a better start in the power play.
I know, those are the mistakes. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's saying. But I'm saying where you lose the game actually comes in. It's like, for example, when you're defending a total. Yes, you will point out that, listen, if we lost the game, we should have got wickets early with the new ball. It's a valid point.
Yep.
If you don't, but if you have bowled a bad 19th over where you were in control of the game, where you bowled 2 no balls and 2 full tosses, then the blame will come.
Will come.
Yes, you would want to have been an ideal situation where new ball would have gotten you 4-5 wickets, but you cannot take away the responsibility. The game was on till the 19th over. If you're defending and you bowl 2 full tosses and 2 no balls, then the blame. It's similar, right, with the bat today.
Yes.
Despite what happened at the start, and I said that the blame will lie at the top order, they need to look at, but that's what cricket is, na? See, that's why I say more often than not, when you play cricket, we also play cricket, everyone who's joining us play cricket, not every batsman will have a good day.
Yeah.
But what you tell your team when you play cricket, that listen, whoever has a good day today, ensure that you finish the game. No matter who you are, Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid, VVS Lakshman, Saurav Ganguly, they played for India for so long. Did they all say that, oh, every day we will all, they have had bad days. But what did they do? They said, fine, if it's not Saurav's day, Rahul will step up. Not Rahul's day, Sachin will step up. Not Sachin's day, VVS will. And whoever steps up today, listen, it's your job to finish it.
Yes.
I'm saying that is how cricket works. Cricket works like that. So yes, it was not a Shikhar Dhawan, Shubman Gill's day, or Ruturaj Gaikwad, Ishan Kishan, whoever. Not your day. Agreed. But the one who gets a chance today is Sanju Samson's day. The game went till there. He had an able ally in Shardul Thakur.
Yes.
That is the day that they needed to step up and get some runs. Unfortunately, they did not.
Yep.
So blame will come on. And I'm very glad to notice, because sometimes a lot of people come on our show and often say that, listen, you're being too negative and things. I thought maybe, if we look at the perspective of the game and look at the context, if we say, people might say, oh, you're negative. But I'm happy to note that people also look at it like that.
Yes.
I'm happy for Sanju. I like Sanju Samson, the batsman, and I know he's the future of Indian cricket. He's going to play for long. The only complaint I used to have of Sanju was his consistency. But I'm happy to note he's brought the consistency back.
Yep.
But not at the risk of getting runs from where you could have won some smart cricket you needed to show. And listen, he's an experienced guy.
Yes.
How long has he been playing?
7 years now.
Yeah.
In the India colours, although in and out, but still 7 years. He's had
IPL, he's a captain of the IPL.
Yep.
He's one of your senior experienced guys.
Yep.
So, I mean, he should have. Anurag, please, can we take a few? Roy SV says, do you feel introducing more players to the squad before 23 World Cup is hurting us? Most of them look to secure a berth for themselves in the 23
That's
World Cup.
also a factor.
It is very true.
Very true.
I agree with Roy.
We are having a problem of plenty. That problem of plenty is really literally a problem.
And for somebody like Sanju, who's been around this system for such a long time, have got to play a few games also. I think in over a period of say about 5-6 years.
I think this is the longest run that he's had.
Yes, I
most
think
number of
he
games.
Played around 7 or 9
Yeah,
games
for a very long
at
time.
that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
He got. So now he would also, today, now tomorrow, you never know after the T20 World Cup what happens. Today he would have thought, let me play for myself.
And what would you do if your VVS Lakshman, Sanju Samson comes back? VVS Lakshman, Rishikesh Kanetkar, whoever the management, Shikhar Dhawan, I'm talking
Paras Mambre.
Paras Mambre, and whatever. What would be your conversation with Sanju Samson?
No, I am saying they should have sent a message. They were not sitting in some other country also.
Yeah.
But
but maybe the benefit, I'm just saying, the benefit of the doubt is that till that 38th over, you felt like the game was there and you would have expected 39th, but everything happened in the 39th.
Right.
So by that time it was done. If you had to send a message, you would have, but things were done. Now you couldn't do anything.
No, I am saying, they were not sitting in some other country. They were sitting right. He could see them. They could have also sent a message before the over also.
No, but that they must have assumed
that Sanju would do. I'm saying even if
I'm just saying.
But at least there should have been some sort of a gesture from the dugout that boss at least run for a single. At least
no, maybe there was sometimes
I understand. I get your point. What you're saying, and I agree. Maybe if I am sitting in that dugout, I know I don't need to send a message. It is pretty understandable that Sanju Samson has to play as many balls as possible if India are to win this game. But if that didn't happen, I am saying at least they could have made some gesture.
Maybe they did, it was not caught on camera.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. But as now that the match is over, I don't know how VVS Lakshman would respond to this.
I want to know. That was my question.
Because
how do you think?
if had I been in
that's why I asked
in
you if
his
you were.
shoes, I would have been a little disappointed. Because this was
What would you tell him?
that you should have shown some more responsibility. That's it.
I would say Sanju, very well played. Enjoyed watching your batting. I think you're in good form. You're a future of Indian cricket. But listen, you're an experienced guy also who spent a lot of time playing top level cricket, whether it's IPL or, and I expected slightly better game awareness from you. I would say that to him if I was VVS Lakshman.
Because
What would you say?
I would have said, okay, look, you've played well. We know that you can do this, but you could have started that attacking intent a lot earlier.
That also is a fact. But I'm saying, I agree with you. At one point, I was a bit scared with both Sanju and Shardul not attacking that much, because you were 5 down, and maybe because I think they had it in their mind that after us it's Kuldeep Yadav, right? Who came in next. So there wasn't too much batting, and maybe that was the thought process. So I thought about it, that why did they not start attacking a bit early? But maybe because there was nobody after that, they thought, okay, let's delay it a bit. And when they kicked on, they were good enough.
The required rate was 16.
No, but see, they were good enough to reach in. How many runs did you need in the last 2 overs?
Yeah, you needed about 39 in the last 2.
That's what. At the end, you lost by 9 runs, whereas that last over barely fetched. Second last over barely fetched you any.
8 runs.
Those 3-4 deliveries, had they come for a couple of boundaries, which Sanju clearly could have. Things could have changed.
We all loved the way Sanju Samson bats, but I think today was a day when he could have been the headline.
Yes.
For all the good reasons.
Yes.
And I remember before we went on air live, we were discussing what should be the headline, that this Sanju Samson does a miracle.
Yeah.
This was what we were thinking, and we thought that he could have done it, and if India were to win, he was the man.
Yes.
He had everything. He had spent so much time on that wicket, but I don't know if that was a brain fade or something. I thought maybe he was thinking that they will get Shamsi before and then I'll take chances. But I think he left it it was too little too late.
Which is why there was one question by I think Udipan. I guess how do you rate Temba's captaincy? I would say 7 out of 10 primarily because.
One more thing, if you can just call up Shivam and tell him to make a Messi
Headline.
Vio.
So I'm just saying that maybe there was the fear that wickets were going to fall. That right after them there is no batting, but when do you start the accelerator even at that, because you knew when you're with the team composition.
I agree. As I said, I would have wanted them to start early. Maybe the only reason is that one of us gets out now, game is done. Because Kuldeep and then you had Bishnoi, there's no batting. I agree.
No batting.
They started, that kick came a little late. Absolutely,
16, yep.
Absolutely agreed on all of that.
Yep.
But I'm saying despite the kick coming a bit late, they reached a winning situation.
Yes.
All you needed was, I'm just saying, let's assume that Sanju took that initiative and ensured that he faced most of the ball in that, okay? And it is quite possible that he tried to hit it in connect, let's say. And India still lost it this way.
Yeah.
Nobody would have criticized you because the intent was there. Why is the criticism coming there? Because there was no intent.
No planning.
Exact. No planning, as in you're in a winning situation. You have to, do I want to go not out or do I want to win the game? What is in my thought? If I'm the
winning.
batsman.
All the time it's winning.
Exactly.
That's the thing. So,
exactly my point.
Looking at Tushar Tiwari saying, looking at Lakshman, do you think he has a plan? Ravi Shastri is the kind of spirit we need and not these clueless coaches. Bad team selection has cost us the match. I don't think it was a bad team selection.
Not hardly.
Yeah.
It was hardly.
Maybe you could have added
minor.
this, maybe I don't know what happened to Deepak Chahar. Now in hindsight, you can also say that if you would have played Deepak Chahar, you would have an additional batsman till the end. But I think it's not the bad team selection. I think there was something missing today. There was something amiss because
what explains in the power play that you play out 20 consecutive dot balls? After you lose Dhawan, after you lose an informed Shubman, you play out 20 consecutive dot balls. Okay, the ball was hooping around, moving around, I agree. But isn't Ishan Kishan flexible enough to take the attack to the bowling? 20 balls. And by the end of the power play, and when you gave Keshav Maharaj more initiative to add pressure, already you are behind the 8 ball.
I'm a huge Sanju Samson fan, and I don't have and I don't want to hide it also. But today was a day when Sanju Samson he was the best batsman on display for India today, and he could have made it count. And people would have remembered this for a long time.
Yes.
Because Sanju Samson doesn't get to play these kind of innings. He has played some very good knocks, but I'm saying today was his day to shine in this.
And one more thing, this knock could have tilted the Rishabh Pant versus Sanju Samson debate to Sanju's side, because as one of our family members saying, Mayank is saying, sorry to say, but Sanju was looking like that I made enough runs and I'm okay at the non-strikers end, even that you point out. This is the difference between Rishabh and Sanju. Although in the case of Rishabh, I will just say that the way how he gets out, he doesn't play smart cricket in T20 ice, I will just say that. He's finally gotten into the groove maybe after one knock in an ODI against England. But in T20I, indoor T20I, he had hit 2 4s and 2 6s. Need for that shot? No. Smart cricket is missing in Rishabh's case. In Sanju's case, probably a lack of intent towards the end and lack of awareness. That is the only thing else.
Maybe I think there are a lot of factors. I think we did touch upon that issue also. I think a lot of people who are watching us or who will watch this video later would may agree that maybe Sanju Samson has seen enough, and today was a day maybe that he wanted to say, let me stay there right till the end, let me get my runs. He also wanted to get some sort of security at the end of the day. Maybe selectors do say uske itne run hai, uske itne run hai, iske itne, but I'm telling you, an important game with your full strength Indian team, if something like this would have happened, say for example Virat would have been the captain, Rohit Sharma would have been the captain, you think Sanju Samson would have done something like this, or he wouldn't have received?
I think he would have gone with a different mindset if there was a full strength Indian team. He would have gone with a different mindset. This wasn't a typical Sanju innings, because remember, after he hit that 6, after overturning that LBW, he hit a 6. Suddenly his strike rate dropped after that. And then when he picked up, it was too late. Sanju either bats in a flow. Sanju either bats in a flow or he gets out early. That is the way how he bats. This is a very unlike Sanju innings. Unlike what we have seen. Sanju, Pradeep Srivalsan is saying.
What?
Okay, disagree with you today. Samson and Thakur made a match out of this. Had Samson got 2 balls in the 39th over, we would have won. Top order bowling and fielding flop.
But Pradeep, that's exactly what we're saying. We said the same thing. Sanju and Lord Shardul Thakur made the game. Had he got 2 balls, but who was going to ensure that he gets 2 balls?
Yeah.
He himself.
He should have walked up to Avesh after missing the first ball, dab it, take a single and I'll take play.
Or at the time where that finally Avesh connected, you took 2 runs.
That, yes, big misjudgment. Kirubakaran Ramachandran is saying, we lost it because of drop catches.
No, which is a fact.
Absolutely.
Also, the huge difference, South African fielding and Indian fielding. Huge difference.
Yeah. We were out of the last T20 World Cup because of dropped catches. Asia Cup because of dropped catches. And this World Cup, it's looking the same. However, dropped catches, look, in the 2021 World Cup, you didn't lose because of dropped catches. You lost primarily, one of the factors is the primarily wrong team selection. Wrong team selection. After one loss against Pakistan, you dismantled the entire house that you had set up for 1 year and you chose an entirely new team, new positions, 110 against New Zealand. Tata bye-bye. Sharan Vinakota, Shreyas Iyer still in reserves, king against spin and no show against fast. Sanju deserves a chance in Oz. Again, Sharan. Okay. Shreyas.
And tell me, this was
Sharan Vinakota.
Sharan, okay, even if I agree with you, firstly, let me take up that Shreyas Iyer issue. Where will you bat Sanju Samson? Oh, sorry, Shreyas Iyer. Where will you bat him?
Yes. In that team.
Where will you bat him? I just want to know. He is in the reserves. And he on those bouncy tracks today also, and I think it is playing in his mind, Shreyas Iyer.
Yes.
It seems whenever the fast bowlers come in, and it seems that he also knows, the bowler also knows that there's a short ball on its way. So I think that's the issue. Although Sanju Samson, you could have actually, for Sanju Samson, you could have included him in that World Cup squad, but in place of.
Exactly.
Place of.
Because already DK and Pant were high on the pecking order. Sanju was after them.
Sanju Samson's days will come. It is not possible to ignore such a high quality player like Sanju Samson for too long. He's got his chances now. He's done this innings. I don't know how Sanju Samson would be feeling at the moment. Would he consider it as a lost opportunity, as in an opportunity where he could have won this game for India?
Yes.
Or he would be satisfied that I've got 86 runs, this is what I needed, and
I think he would be a bit disappointed because he would want India to win. If he plays 86 or 60 and gives India the win.
Savjot Savi from Canada. When did Pant finish a match in ODI except in England and required run rate was 5 and over? Sanju played this innings at number 6. It was not a flat wicket. Okay. But why are we comparing Sanju Samson and Rishabh Pant? If it is a white ball format, I will always pick Sanju Samson in my team. At least, although you would say that if it is white ball cricket, then the one that we are going to play in Australia in about 3 weeks from now, that is also white ball format. But why are we comparing Sanju Samson with Rishabh Pant at the moment? I wouldn't compare. There will be time when Sanju Samson will play for India and will play for a long period of time.
Yes,
that is what I feel, and Sanju Samson, despite the opportunities that he's got, that he's not got, partly he will have to take that blame. I understand, there have been issues with the team management, selection committee also, that they've overlooked Sanju Samson despite the the talent that he has, potential he has. They've ignored him, but Sanju also will have to take the blame. I understand that he got very few opportunities, limited opportunities, but that was all that he could have, that was all that he got at the time. So I honestly feel that Sanju also, if he would have made those opportunities count, he could have been part of that team in the T20 World Cup.
Yep.
So
Varun Parvatanini is saying, different perspective. Agreed with your points, but what if Sanju had strike on 13 and got out in the process of going for it?
No problem. I already answered that.
Yeah, intent.
I said it wouldn't have been an issue. Cricket is a game. You come off someday, you don't. Had he taken that strike and ensured Avesh doesn't, and in the way trying to hit a 6 got out, say, I think
at least you showed intent in winning.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, a batsman who's playing cricket will obviously get out sometime or the other. You know, in that fear that that he will get out, it doesn't mean that you will have Avesh Khan bat a full over when you need the asking rate is somewhere close to 40, close to 20. You know, Sanju Samson will always have a better chance of getting those runs than somebody like Avesh Khan or a Ravi Bishnoi. So,
Yep. And just go down, Anurag. Okay. Okay, Pradeep agrees. Those 2 runs was a huge misjudgment.
yeah.
So that is the thing, yes. We should stop fielding totally different teams. Why? I mean, look, your India main cricket team has gone to Australia, and in the near future, where you'll be having 2-3 series which are happening simultaneously, you'll have to field different teams.
But as hosts, don't you think that we should have played a full strength team as hosts? You know, there are teams, and this is not what do you call those 9-10 Jack team. This is a South African team. When they can play a full strength team, I understand. For them, this series is very important. This match was very important. Don't you think that you know, India should have fielded a full strength team?
I mean, because of the format demands. I mean, if it was any other team with a T20.
When is the last T20 ODI?
On 11th. If it was a T20I series, maybe extended T20 series, maybe they will have played the full strength team.
I'm saying Sanju deserves a chance, deserved a chance amongst the reserves. Maybe not in 15. Yes, agreed. What Iyer is doing in the reserves baffles me. This is Sharan Vinukota.
But again,
No, but if you ask me my personal opinion, I also may have gone with Sanju ahead of Shreyas Iyer, but that's just a personal opinion.
yeah.
I would have.
I don't think that is much wrong also.
But
if
being
they're
in
going
the
to Shreyas.
reserves of a T20 World Cup, is
But
it
how
a
would
badge
you
of
get him in
honor?
the 15?
Yeah, is it a badge of honor? Like, that's what I'm saying.
How would you get him in the?
You can't.
No, not a badge of honor, but it makes a huge difference for a player to be with the team when he's traveling there. You never know, one injury, and injuries happen very often. You can come. If you ask Sanju Samson, would he rather be here or be part of the reserve in the World T20? He'd pick being a reserve, won't he? Never know. You get
Even
a chance.
I would have had Sanju Samson ahead of Shreyas Iyer.
Yeah, as my reserve. But I know a lot of people would be saying, how do you bring him in? The only
Can't
other
bring him in,
middle order batsman that you've taken is Deepak Hooda, but that's not a like for like.
Yeah.
While he may not have got too many chances to bowl, but I think the management is still looking at Deepak Hooda as a spin bowling all-rounder. So that way, that I think that there is no way that you could have fitted Sanju, because you don't need another wicket-keeper batsman at the moment.
Amazing Nandi is saying fielding ka kuch karna padega.
I agree.
I also agree. You know, it is getting worse and worse day by day. Mihir Shah, okay, Austin Kuna. The difference between Pant and Sanju Samson is that Pant on his day wins the game like 125 plus versus England. But still, I feel Sanju must be
Second ODI wicket keeper. Okay, yeah, he'll be the backup to Pant. That's what he's saying. Iyer is ahead of Sky in ODIs. Big call.
May not be
I
anymore.
don't think so.
May not be anymore. He was ahead, but
He's
At one point he was.
He
was, but not
anymore.
in the last
But
1
not
year.
anymore.
not anymore.
We missed 2 super chat. Mihir is saying, did we?
Golu Sharma, Sanju Samson, India versus South Africa, 86 of 63. India 51 for 4 versus West Indies. In that
54
game,
or
Sanju
51.
scored 54, and India was 79 for 3 against Zimbabwe. In that game, he scored 43, not out. India 97 for 4 against New Zealand.
He scored
this
29,
month only.
yeah.
He got 29 not out. Very good.
So what is the point? What does Golu Sharma say?
He's highlighting Samson's consistency probably.
No, I said
when
it.
India's chips are down.
No, I said this, that the only criticism that one had of Samsung for the longest time, there was no consistency, but he's really improved on
Yeah.
that. So that he deserves praise for. Today also outstanding inning.
Yep.
It's just the way he finished it. And just because you get a lot of runs and you expect us to not highlight a mistake, then we're going to do that. At the end of the day, it's a team game.
Yep.
If it was a individual thing, then you really didn't need to care. All you needed was bowling machines, and everyone gets to face 20 balls. Whoever gets most runs wins.
Yes.
That would be the game. It wouldn't be like it is right now. Different situation, different power play, different batsmen coming at different time. Each team having only 11 players, and you selecting how many bowlers, how many batsmen, which. Why is all of that? Because it's a game of different situations, different combinations. You have to think of a lot of things. Teams don't win because of people that get a lot of runs. That's why you have a situation where one team, there could be one guy getting 100 and everyone, and the next getting 80. And the other team, nobody gets even close to 180, but all of them get 40, 40, 45 and they end up winning. Why does it happen in cricket? So I'm saying it's the way the sport is. So yes, he's played a good inning. I think the best inning that you saw by an Indian batter today. It has done a world of good to him, his confidence going forward. But you have to question his game awareness.
Exactly. That is the reason, why I feel disappointed, having done all the hard work.
Yeah.
All the hard work. He can take those 86 not out home today. He should be very happy the way he played today. But if he would have won that game for India,
imagine.
Oh man.
You would have been flooded. By the way, Sanju Samson came for the press conference today.
Oh, that would be very
interesting to
hear his views. What was his thought process? Why did he choose to run those 2 runs and all of that? So would love to hear that. What he has to say. But that's what I'm saying. See, the difference is very marginal, 9 runs. But those 9 runs were in Sanju's control.
Yes.
Had they done that. If he had got those 9 runs, can you imagine what this knock would have meant today? It would be one of the best knocks that you've seen in one-day cricket. This is a knock that you would remembered for years.
Yes.
You would have spoken about this
and
knock.
It would have
you may not remember this 86.
Yes. It would have only done something better for Sanju Samson in terms of pepping those other wicket keepers who are in the fray.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely.
Go down, Anurag.
There's a question I want to just go up. There's a gentleman who sent a question. Just go up. No, you missed it. I think it's gone really far. I wanted to go up. No.
Was the one where he didn't have a name?
Yes, that's the one I wanted to
maybe
take.
It's a bit up. Yes.
The bias.
Yes, I want to take that.
Oh yeah, guys.
I wanted to answer that question.
I couldn't figure out that bias he's accusing us of.
Yeah. No, I want to take that question.
Is that bias against or for
No,
someone?
I'm guessing he feels it's against only.
I think go down. Yes.
So
There is no name.
This
So
one.
there's a gentleman who sent a question. He's not even courageous enough to put his own picture or his name.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll take that question because it's a critical question and it shouldn't be that we only take questions that agree with our views. He says, guys, do you think your audience is foolish? The bias in your views is so evident, unbelievable. Sad to see this level of journalism. Now the point is, he's not written bias against what, but I'm assuming there are a lot of people maybe thinking that on a day that Sanju has got 86 not out, we're being critical of him. But can I tell you, I agree with you that the audience is not foolish. And that please come give us your views because people are saying that we are being biased.
That you've been biased.
So you know what? I think that our audience
is very angry.
Is not biased.
Nikhil is not
very
angry.
angry with Sanju Samson.
No, Nikhil is not.
No, I'm not.
People are saying, Nikhil on Sports Today is saying that Sanju Samson was said, I got.
Yes, so I'll tell you what. Okay, you come and tell us. Give him a mic, please. No, 1 second. Just sit here. Sit here only. Don't have to sit.
Clothes, yeah.
It's okay.
Not good enough.
You big, you're very
He
expensive.
has to get his car also, no?
1 second. I will ask you. Tell me if I'm right or wrong.
I'll sit there. Loud.
Yeah, give him the thing. You tell me if you're right or wrong. Okay. You give me 2 minutes to say what I have said. By the way, I'm happy that my 2 panelists are also in agreement with me.
No,
Please
I
say.
will agree.
No, but listen to first what I have to say. Just give me 2 minutes.
Chalo.
Then you say. So I said Great knock by Sanju Samson, the standout performer today. Okay, now it is what we are questioning is his game awareness in the 39th over, right? He is the same Sanju Samson who denied a single to Chris Morris in the IPL because he wanted to take a strike. They lost a game.
Rajasthan lost that game.
That's okay, but he took initiative.
Yes.
Our point is that today also, I am saying he played a fantastic knock. Avesh couldn't get. He never told Avesh to take a single. He was just hitting out as a senior partner. He seemed content to be at the other end. The only time Avesh connects, he takes 2 runs. He didn't need to. Those 2, you've lost by 9 runs. Had Sanju played those 3 balls that Avesh after that did, he would have finished it. I'm saying there was also a possibility Sanju got out in the 39-30. But we would have loved him for that because he showed intent. Now for Sanju, today is 86. We may talk today, tomorrow, day after. But imagine if this 86 would have come in a winning cause, that 9 runs. This knock we would have spoken up for years.
Yes.
No,
for years.
I would agree 100% with you. Why is it that Ruturaj was struggling and why is it that Ishan Kishan was struggling? You tell me.
Spin.
No. Other than that,
It was not also not a
Wicket.
great pitch, I think.
I think
at
the
that time.
younger players are very insecure also now.
Yeah.
Because these are trial matches.
That we
Audition, yes.
Yes,
We did
We mentioned this.
These games are audition games.
Yes.
Yaar, agar maine run nahi banaye, what will happen to me?
Yes.
So, yes, it was the Indian cricket team. We would have been very happy if India would have won the one-day game. Sanju Samson can be blamed for the lack of game awareness.
Yes.
But you
And
should
not
also
taking responsibility.
Yeah, but
I
you
think-
you should also blame the dugout.
We
this
said
is
it there.
You should blame VVS Lakshman and others as well.
Yeah.
And when Avesh was trying to hit the ball out of the orbit, Sanju Samson was just smiling.
Yes, exactly what I
He
said.
should have-
You should have
he
gone.
should have
Take
gone
a single,
to-
you idiot. Give me
No,
the strike.
let me.
He should have gone to.
No, see, we're so emotional about Indian cricket.
No. See,
want our team to win.
he should have told Avesh to take just 1 run.
Yeah.
And if that would have happened, India would have needed some 36 runs in 9 balls, which were impossible. Which would have been impossible.
For
Listen, even if Sanju was to face the 4th ball of the 39th over and in 9 balls, let's say hypothetically 36 to 37 runs were needed, even then India would have lost the game. So regardless of the result, it would have been very good on his part to have shown the intent. Now my question for the 3 of you is, I agree. Till this point, I agree. My question to all 3 of you is, how many runs did he score in the last over?
22.
Close.
So
they
how
needed
much?
30 to win.
32. One wide was
So
there.
20 he scored.
Yeah,
He
20
scored
plus.
20. And 19 I think of his bat. Right? 1 wide.
Yeah, one wide.
Right?
Yes.
So how much did he finish?
86.
86.
So he would have been 67 odd
Yeah.
runs in about 57 or 58 balls when that incident had happened.
Yes.
Hypothetically, what if now I don't think Sanju Samson wasn't aware of the game
Exactly,
situation.
that is what I'm saying. I think he was aware of where the match was heading or what the situation
That's
was.
what, but that's that.
I think-
I'm not defending that. I'm just giving you a hypothetical situation. Now it is for you to judge. It is for you to judge Sanju and the Indian cricket system as well. After what I say, let's say he was 66, 67 not out
Yes.
in some 57, 58 balls. So his inning at that time was almost at par with what Shreyas Iyer had done.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. 50 of 37. Shreyas.
And no batsman should ever do that.
Yeah.
No batsman should ever do that. What if he'd actually taken just 1 run, gone for a big hit, and gotten out?
would have gotten out.
You would have praised him. You would have praised him. You would have praised him. I would have praised him. But, lekin, in the score sheet,
Yes.
in the averages, in the stats, he would have been dismissed
Yeah.
for some 67, 68, 69. Now, in the end, he's 86 not out. Of some
Exactly.
Boost to his
63.
average, boost to his
So the
striking.
average But I think, can you
But
just
that's
blame
the
the
problem.
players?
No, that is a
Nikhil,
problem.
But can you just
But
blame
it's-
the players?
our job is not to
This
just
is-
look at the
why-
score and then
this is the insecurity.
why is Sanju Samson not part of your World Cup team even as a reserve? You give me one single reason. Why is it that Sanju Samson has had to wait
If you
14 games after one opportunity? He would go in the previous regime, he would go out back, hit a six, get out, and then wait 14 games.
Yeah.
You made him insecure.
Yes.
You have told Sanju Samson today, listen Sanju, the more you play, the better the stats. You keep on playing. The first failure or the third failure, you will be out. This guy had been scoring runs. The captain said, send him to Australia. I'll take him to Australia. His batting is suited. Everybody knows
just leave
that.
it at that, Anurag. Just leave it.
Why is
Open it.
Sanju Samson batting at 6?
Leave it.
Why is he not batting at number 3, number 4, number 5?
So this Kirumbakaram Ramachandran is saying exactly this.
Why
He
has
says
he spent $10 for this?
pounds? Come on,
my God.
you are a UK guy with a house in London and he's not recognizing pounds. Okay,
what is he saying?
dollars. So I said Kirumbakaran Ramachandran is saying if he gets a chance, hope Sanju gets a longer rope like Pant, Shreyas, whatever. I think that's why he's scared of getting out. It's because of this that you get this kind of innings. Nikhil,
Your point of view is as well.
Yeah, right as
Is
well.
right as well.
But he's saying he's doing this. That I may be right that game awareness was lacking, but he's saying he's doing it
having
no,
seen,
because,
having seen
because of
Sanju
what you're
Samson
saying.
over a period of time, I honestly, I didn't know what he possessed. So I would take him as any other youngster.
He is a huge talent.
And I would always feel that he had temperament problems.
Yes.
But now when I see what this guy has in the IPL or in international cricket now in the last 6, 7, 8 months when Rohit and Dravid have actually given him that confidence.
Yeah.
He has that confidence now. I think he knows now.
Who?
Sanju.
No.
But do you think the innings that he played today did give you any indication about the confidence that you are talking about? I think
No, I
there
think
was a sense.
that's a point.
There was a sense of insecurity because see
Yeah.
there are a
He's
lot of
not been
factors.
selected.
See,
he
no.
was promised the moon. He's not been given anything.
No, I completely
No, what I'm
understand.
saying is,
I am
think
saying
this-
there are a lot of factors.
This series will be like trial games in under 19 camps. These games, the 3 one-dayers, 2 are left, will be like any other trial matches for the district or the state teams.
Where
Because
some of the more talented players
Yes.
don't get a chance.
No, because the
they
players-
play for themselves.
They will have to.
Yes.
Because you reduce them to a
Exactly.
point where they have to
Yes.
look at their stats.
Yes, because
Ruturaj Gaikwad.
players are being
He was struggling. He was struggling because of that, maybe because of the insecurity. Do you want to tell me that these spinners were unplayable for the Indian batsmen? And players like Ruturaj and Ishan Kishan played domestic cricket as well.
Firstly, you tell me 4 openers in that 11.
Why do you want Sanju Samson to bat at 6? Is he a number 6 batsman?
That we've discussed.
He's a top
That
order.
So-
you only
so
filled
you've
your
reduced
team
him?
with top.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, India should have won. I'm okay if India's not won. I was happy with the.
Yeah, we also said it's
it's
okay
South
that
Africa will not have
if
to
you-
go through the
Nikhil,
qualifiers.
these are just trial games. I'm telling you, you ought to define what success or failure is to these players. Now my
Yeah,
question to you
correct.
is, if you can solve it or resolve it, why is Deepak Chahar not part of the team today?
I fail to understand, and
Unless
in the
I
hindsight,
said-
unless see, I'll tell you.
No, in either situation, I would want to
I'm
know.
saying unless Shami, because he's going through test and is considered not fit, maybe he's been told tomorrow you're on the flight to Australia.
So he
mate.
should have played, no?
No, but tomorrow
No, he doesn't
leaves,
want him
so
to get injured.
maybe he has been told that you're the guy who's in next.
Anyways,
You're
he's
coming
going
out.
to be on the flight, yeah.
No, but not for remaining now 2 ODIs. No,
Why not? Why not?
Maybe he's carrying a niggle or two because I'll tell
that
you.
would
Maybe
be
he's carrying a
scary.
niggle.
Or
Or maybe the team still wants to invest in Avesh Khan.
Look today.
So how do you define that?
In hindsight, now that if you
You
look,
called me here for 2 minutes, yeah.
if you look at
You
this
have only gone for long.
if you look at this game
My Angrezi is
in
such a mazrat ke-
hindsight, if Deepak Chahar would have been there today,
यार hindsight, मैं चाटू hindsight. Why is he not part of the
you
team?
mean to lick?
No. Why is he not part of the
Hindsight?
team? You tell me why is he not part of the? Why was he not part of the 11 today?
You know these players, Deepak
Answer
Chahar,
the question.
Deepak Chahar, Sanju Samson, Shreyas Iyer has got
See,
his.
Deepak Chahar today, you can't say insecurity.
No, I'm not saying insecure, but has he?
Is there a niggle?
Has he?
Or has he been dropped?
I don't think.
If he's been dropped, let me know who's the one who decided that Avesh Khan is a better investment rather than Deepak Chahar.
Maybe some politician in.
And he's not. I mean, that guy maybe, and that guy doesn't necessarily lack in cricketing brains. His math is also bad.
You know the story about
don't.
one of the players.
I
No,
don't.
you know that.
A and B.
No, not A and B.
Which
About the fast bowler. Anyways,
what story? You tell me, yaar.
Tell our family.
Well, it's a family, yaar.
no, family is fine, but somebody else's family is also.
No, see, don't make allegations, yaar.
No, I'm not.
Without proof.
Either,
I'm
yeah.
not. I'm not. So
I was substantiated.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Deepak Chahar is part of the World Cup campaign as a reserve bowler.
Yes.
Who could actually be turned into a 5th fast bowler in the main team.
Yes.
Yes.
Why did he not play in the 11 today?
I don't know.
Did you- Did you
see,
hear from the coach, the captain, or the commentators that he has a niggle?
No, but
Nobody told you?
Why do they have to give you this thing?
Is there a
justification?
possibility of Deepak Chahar asking for rest
Quite. Maybe it could be.
so that I remain fit for the?
I'll tell you. It
After
happened.
3
I'll tell you.
T20s.
I'll tell you in
Could
Zimbabwe.
be. You have been.
I'll tell you. See, today, if I am Deepak Chahar, he's definitely flying to Australia with you guys. Okay,
With?
with you guys.
Not us. Before he go now.
Oh,
They're going in
Are you
19.
anyways, so he's definitely going there. If I am Deepak Chahar, I would be desperate to play.
Why did he not play?
I'll tell you, in Zimbabwe also, you would remember.
He didn't play the second ODI.
He didn't.
Yeah.
So nobody forced him to.
He himself sat out.
He said,
Because he played just one game
and he bowled 7 overs on the trot. He bowled well. But today, he knows that the premier fast bowler Jasprit Bumrah is now ruled out. There is another guy in contention, that is Mohammad Shami, who's
We'll
being,
take this question as
who's
well.
being tested. I don't know who's there in NCA. Mohammad Shami, who's being tested. I don't know what tests are going on,
Physical
biomechanics.
tests. And I think it is natural also.
They did it with Jasprit
Anybody,
Bumrah.
anybody making a comeback.
But they did with Jasprit. Then he came back and bowled 6 overs, and then.
Shami was down with COVID.
Yeah. So,
Jassi has been down with.
but they did the
Back
test
pain.
in NCA, and after all the checks and balances, they decided.
Who
that he
does
will come.
the tests in NCA?
I'm sure
Too
there
many
are
people.
a lot of. There's an entire medical
When-
team
when
which is,
16
by the way,
members travelled-
headed
Headed by?
by.
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
One and only.
Who?
One and only.
Who?
One and only.
Does he have a name?
You know his name.
Yeah, right.
Siddharth, please do the honors. He knows everything. He knows everything. Acha.
Hey, who, yeah? Tell me, na.
He's getting selected. Acha. Kaise?
Come on, yeah. Who?
Arey, tell him.
What's his name? Is it Dr. Nitin Patel? So why are you?
That is why I'm saying. Why are you?
Yeah, but is that a secret?
No.
Say Dr. Nitin Patel. And Nitin Patel has been the Indian team's physio for a long time.
Yeah.
I think he's been
Mumbai
Mumbai
Indians
Indians physio for a long time.
Haryana.
He's also been.
Haryana, remember special clinic time to time?
I'm not aware.
Arey,
Chalo, the fact is, has he
Just
ever
a-
been held
He
accountable?
Huh? No.
Has he ever been held accountable?
No.
Never.
No?
No.
There could be a situation where the Indian team may not have played to their potential as a team because of a couple of players not being fully fit.
Yes.
Yet they've been given the certificate.
Yes.
Can you travel on a flight overseas with a
Yes.
fake
Yes.
what?
Whatever you ask, the answer is yes.
With a fake COVID certificate?
No.
So how can somebody? And I think the
Answer.
board,
I think
the BCCI, the captain, the coach must ask him. How is it that he keeps giving thumbs up to the fitness of the players, and then those very players
Break down.
They break down. It happened last year. It happened this year.
No, I'm saying there has to be some accountability.
A lot of
But
accountability.
accountability lies
See,
with-
a batsman gets dismissed. A bowler gets hit for a six. He is trolled. He can be dropped. He'll be called names.
Yes.
But the physios and the doctors can hide behind the balls.
Fielding coaches.
No, there's no fielding coach.
No, but earlier there
You rejected Jonty Rhodes.
batting coach.
Who asked you to reject Jonty Rhodes?
You had R. Sridhar by the. Who's Jonty Rhodes?
Wow. Bas, theek hai. Good luck to you. India's dropped 37 catches this year in T20s, which is the highest in the world, by the way. You dropped.
Still we win. Imagine the kind of talent
You
that
dropped
we have.
3 catches today.
Yes.
My point is, why are you selecting
Modaks.
players?
You call
Why,
Laddu
no,
Modak.
why are you selecting players
They're
who
different.
dropping catches?
They're not laddus, they're different.
Why did MS Dhoni then say that fielding was a skill? Why is fielding
Yes.
and catching not a skill for
Yes.
this team?
Yeah.
Yes.
This team has in not just
When
this
you
game,
can drop-
but the team.
When you can drop
Because-
players like Gautam Gambhir, Virender Sehwag, why?
Rahul,
Because they were
because
skill fielders.
this time in the World T20, you've chosen players by their names and their reputations in batting and bowling. You have sidestepped fielding and catching and fitness as well, by the way.
Yes.
I mean, again, I think the World T20 team that
But who's
you
unfit
will
in the
see-
team?
You
Can
will
you
see.
name any
I
player?
will,
Anybody
of
who's
course, I will.
unfit?
Please,
I will
please.
get you to name.
No,
three.
no.
I will get him to name 3. But the fact is, this
He
Indian.
has often said that Ashwin is.
Yeah, he
not
keeps
fit.
saying about Ashwin.
No, let me, yaar.
Sorry, you carry on.
Where was I?
About fitness.
Ah.
They have chosen
The World Cup
names.
11 or the 15 that you will see on the field this time could actually be
The last.
the most average Indian fielding side
Not below average.
for a long time.
Yeah, that is
Not
true.
average.
That I-
For a long time. I mean, you look at the previous tournaments, the ICC tournaments.
Last time you had Ashwin and
younger
Varun
legs.
Chakravarti playing
No.
in the same.
So there's this competition because of Varun Chakravarti.
And Ashwin was also there.
But the others were a year younger, with younger legs. The same may not be the
9
case this
months
time.
ago.
Yeah, 12 months, yeah. What's happened to you? Last year also the World Cup.
12 months ago.
So, but does that justify that last year we were a very average fielding side?
Today we are below average.
Let us, yeah.
Last year you
I
had a
know of
Jadeja also in your
I
team.
know of young players, and this has
is
been
not
the
bad.
precedence in Indian cricket as well. Young players getting prominence over good batsmen, good bowlers, because they are very fit and they are outstanding fielders. I mean, and they're fast tracked into your first class cricket and so on. Now, fielding is not considered a skill.
No.
Either it is batting because you
Yes.
want a leg spinner who can bowl like this, an off spinner who can bowl like this, or a batsman to bat at this number.
No, you don't have to do
But
anything.
you are not
A
looking at
batsman-
fielding. You are not looking at catching.
Exactly.
I mean, today's game, if this were the World Cup final,
You dropped Modaks.
you drop those two
What is
catches.
Modak? You know Modak.
You drop 2 catches in 1 over,
Yeah. Rituraj
and you
dropped
lost the game by
9 runs.
9 runs. So after the catches, I think 14 or 15 runs were scored in that over.
Yeah, and Ishan also misfielded at point. A young guy, young Ishan misfielding at point. 4 runs.
He's not used to with
Yeah,
without
he's
the gloves.
with the
He's
gloves.
usually-
So you rather play a batsman, much rather play a batsman
And when you
who is
talk,
not a wicket
when
keeper.
you talk about skill set,
who can
But who
can
is-
send a throw from the mid wicket boundary. Don't have 3, 4 wicket keepers in your 11.
Yep.
You're biased then.
yeah, you either you have you have all openers in your 11 or
Or all
wicket
wicket
keepers.
Keepers.
And
Or,
no-
or 5 spinners that you chose last year for the World Cup.
And when you talk about
And
the
no
skill
all-rounders.
set, when you talk about the skill set,
All-rounders, yaar.
No all-rounders.
I'll tell you.
It's sad.
that's what I'm saying.
There are
when you
there
talk
are a
about
few all-rounders. See, India won the Under-19 World Cup this year,
Yeah.
and there were many players who
Yes.
could bowl and bat.
Yeah.
Nishant Sindhu,
Nishant Sindhu,
Raj Bhawa.
yes.
Raj Baba,
Raj
Hungary.
Baba, Hungary.
So fast track them. Give them opportunities.
where? So they
No, but
are.
how will
Raj
you give
Baba
them
is playing for India
opportunities?
A.
No, but
Why not Nishant Sindhu?
Arey,
I did
Nishant
see
Sindhu-
Nishant Sindhu in the Irani Trophy game.
No, Nishant
Why?
Sindhu is
Why
playing
did
with
Nishant
New
Sindhu? Nishant Sindhu should have been in the Irani Trophy game.
no, you,
Like Yash Dul
you
was.
have discarded established all-rounders.
But what?
No, Irani Cup. I understand what you are saying.
That
Nishant.
guy did well in the Dulip Trophy games. Yeah, whatever was given to him.
No, but they wanted.
I'm sure they will at some point.
They wanted all openers, no?
When they have discarded established ones like Venkatesh Iyer, what wrong did he do? Or Shivam Dube?
Venkatesh Iyer is not good enough for
That's what I'm
any
saying.
form of
Any
cricket.
format.
Shivam Dube
And-
also.
and he
When
was
you
your star.
discarded him.
And people had started.
So when
saying
they've
that
been
we've
discarded,
got,
what about new guys coming in?
Our
Was
next
he part of the World Cup team last year?
Yeah, no, he wasn't, but he was in amongst the.
Iyer?
But he was there, by the way. He wasn't
Because
part of the. Yeah.
as Hardik's
Back-
Firstly, the first wrong thing that you did with for
Venkatesh
with
Iyer.
Venkatesh Iyer was that you got him into the Indian team on the basis of those 7 matches or 9 matches that
यार
he
वो
played.
क्वेश्चंस जरूर ले लेना आप दो तीन
That he played in
That yellow one.
in IPL, in
IPL,
the UAE.
yeah.
And the next wrong thing that you did, that you discarded him completely.
So let's take a couple of questions. Aman
Aman
Bhatnagar
Bhatnagar.
कितने ही audition कर लो, nothing will happen. I think these 15 people who have gone for the World Cup will get selected for the next year's World
I
Cup.
have my doubts. A lot will change after this T20.
We say no.
Next
there-
one.
No, he's talking about
Yellow
the
one.
50-50.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Next
World
year
Cup,
World
yeah.
Cup.
We
He's
say
right. So don't audition, na? Don't do auditioning, yaar. Oh, last 4 years, India have just been doing auditioning.
Yeah.
Film भी बना लो यार. बहुत हो गई auditioning.
we
Film
are-
भी बना लो ना.
We are saying no problem of plenty.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is a
there
literal
no-
problem.
no, there's no problem of plenty. You tell me.
I think-
how difficult
So
was
my-
for the selectors to choose the World Cup team. Was it very difficult?
For
No, you and I could have picked
for
that team.
selectors, it must have been very difficult.
How difficult? Was there some problem of plenty?
The yellow one.
Are you leaving behind a player
Anurag,
who could have won you the World Cup?
If all 4 of us, because four
It will be
selectors
there,
or
Gaurav.
four of us would have selected
Or go
the
down.
team, I think 1 or 2 changes.
Go to the
that's it.
bottom and then
And one
start.
or two changes would have been those who will
Now go.
eventually sit out.
Yes.
So the selections
11.
that have been debated,
Yeah.
there is not even one player who's not been selected in the World Cup team, and he would have been playing in the 11 and he could have won you the World Cup. No, there's nothing called problem of plenty. I think the players who are playing eventually are the ones you knew last year.
Yeah.
Only Dinesh Karthik is the one who came in, let's say,
On
post
the basis
April.
of his IQ.
So post April, May, June. So even then you knew, regardless of whatever opportunities or the lack of them, he will still be part of the team.
Yes.
The rest of the team you knew last year. So why did you have to do all this circus, the mela of players running around? Because you're just going through the motions. These senior players did not want to play.
Yeah.
They just wanted a bypass. And obviously you had commitments. You had to play certain games,
Yep.
certain series. So चल तू भी खेले, तू भी खेले, तू भी खेले. But उसके बाद insecurity. Oh sorry यार, your performance will not be rewarded. That will reflect badly
Badly, yes.
in your Indian cricket.
I think problem of plenty. What Siddharth is saying, I think it is also because you have shown the door, the India door, basically, the Team India door to virtually everybody. So now you have 50 players.
Amit Khajuria.
30 to 40 players play for India in a year, I think.
Yeah. Disagreed with Vikrant sir. Look at the list of players. We have almost 30 players. How can you fit Sanju? Management can't please all. If you have to fit, tell me, captain is under trial also.
Amit, I never said Sanju Samson should have been should have been part of the World Cup team. I'm just saying
Reserves.
that hypothetically, again, Shreyas Iyer, with due regard, he scored runs. But I think in Australia, Sanju Samson could have been your reserve player. A. Secondly, you don't have 30 players. Sorry, sir. I disagree with you. You do not have 30 players, contrary to whatever you might say.
But
This way you'll have 60 players.
but 30 to 35 players actually are playing for India in a
I am
calendar
not
year.
saying. I am not saying.
No, I get
people
your
playing
point.
for India.
No, I get your
I am
point.
talking about those who deserve to be in your main team. You don't have 30. Sorry. If you had 30, your World Cup team last year and your World Cup team this year would have seen at least a 60% change. Since there is no change, that means you do not have the players to replace them. Second part of that is,
Wait. Management can't please all. If you have to fit, tell me. Captain is under trial also.
no, why should the management be doling out India caps? I mean, what have they seen in Avesh Khan? Yes, he was very good in the IPL in 2020, in 2021 when he was playing for Delhi. Okay, he had an okay IPL this year, but ever since he's been playing for India, I have actually not seen Avesh Khan bowl the way that he did in
Yes.
the IPL.
Yes.
He's
So
more
something
miss.
must be lacking, but which is
more
okay.
miss as a death bowler.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
No, IPL also wasn't great.
Yeah.
This
No,
last
just
IPL.
one season. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
the one before
one
that.
Even
season.
2021 was not bad.
When he was playing for Delhi Capitals.
One and a
I'm
half
lucky
seasons
and-
of the IPL.
No, but I'm not. Let me give this youngster as much as he can. So you play him.
Yeah.
No problem. You give him opportunities. But today, can somebody explain why did he get precedence over Deepak Chahar?
It made no sense because
and was he part of your best three bowlers to have gone to Dubai for the Asia Cup?
No.
No.
I think your selectors
No.
and the team management lacked that far-sightedness.
Yes.
They knew. We didn't. They knew the
Maybe they
exact
were
condition of
far-sighted.
Jasprit Bumrah.
Selectors.
No, they
were
knew
far-
what Jasprit Bumrah's fitness
condition.
was.
Yes.
yes.
They should have taken Mohammad Shami to Dubai.
Yes.
Why did they take four spinners? Because they wanted to eliminate one. So the one who was to be eliminated versus the one who was the last man standing may not necessarily play in the 11.
They
Yes.
actually.
So what do you want?
They actually. By
Your
the way,
selectors cannot just be deciding कि 12वें, 13वें, 14वें, 15वें की लड़ाई कर लेते
by
हैं
the
तो
way,
इन
they
सबको ले
actually had
अरे work on
eliminated
your
Akshar
11.
Patel. It was just that Ravindra Jadeja
Got injured.
Akshar
got
Patel
injured.
wasn't part of the.
No, I'm saying they had eliminated him. That is the reason why he wasn't
They
part
wanted
of
to eliminate one more
So, yeah. So I'm,
between Ashwin and Ravi.
Vishnu.
and you know.
So just three fast bowlers. And by the way, look at the Asia Cup. Fast bowlers were winning games for the teams. Everybody knew that this was the beginning of the season.
Yes, correct.
You could have had dry wickets. You had grass on the wicket. The first game that India won was actually won by the fast bowlers with the short pitch bowling.
Hardik Pandya.
and the
Yeah.
amount
And Bhuvi.
and the amount of movement that Bhuvneshwar Kumar was
Yes.
getting, and you missed the trick. Anyways, there are
It was clear in the case of Jasprit Bumrah, the
2
BCCI
minutes,
wanted
I
to
think
just
so.
mask
2
their
minutes silence?
panicking.
The 2 minutes are over now.
Oh, I thought you were saying 2 minute silence.
No, I
Collective power
on sports tak I told them कि चलो यार आज 40-45 minutes में let's wind up the show. We have to see the stars, yaar. To check out the stars.
Did you ask him?
No, seeing is believing.
No. Did you ask him?
Why?
Is he saying that?
No, I am not taking calls because of the reason that you know.
Yep. Aman Bhatnagar. Earlier it was good when BCCI announced the probable 30 first, then they select the 15 at the end. Up to 150 log khila
The modern day
or
demands.
sub-captain.
ये तो है.
Yes.
By the way, did you see that show, that interview Virat and Manish Paul? Did you see that?
Yeah, that is an old shoot which has been put now.
When was that shot?
After the Asia Cup, no?
No, after.
Oh.
Before the
It was wonderful, yeah.
during his break, I think.
By the way,
Chemistry between the two of them.
Yash just mentioned King has landed in Australia.
Do you have the visuals?
King has landed in Australia, by the way.
Yeah, of course, because it's they're in Perth.
1.5 hours, no?
So
1.5
Perth
2
would have been a
hours.
shorter flight. Of course, they would have landed by now, yeah.
2.5.
No, they have. King has landed. That I don't know about the rest of the.
And they went in the same flight. How can he land separately?
No, but the king is the king, yeah.
No, but if the king has landed, others
But
by
who's the king?
default would have landed.
Who's the king?
King Kohli, there's a,
Oh, acha. I thought normally the king is supposed to be the captain, so I don't know.
No,
Normally,
we're not talking about
King
Babar
ki toli, that is what you say.
Babar Azam.
that was Kohli ki toli.
Kohli ki toli. नहीं, the DD यार, the Delhi Capitals, DC की टोली.
DC ki toli. Also.
नहीं, normally king मतलब आप you call the captain the king, ना?
No, you call King Kohli, na? Then you
अच्छा
have
ओ
King Kohli.
king.
King
Virat's
Kohli.
travelled with the team.
Yeah, that's what
Hasn't he?
I was.
Yes, he did.
So the team has landed.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Wow.
King has reached Australia. That's what Yash said.
But एक बात है.
Go down,
I
please,
would
at the
go by
bottom.
the comments.
Very good. No, they would have definitely seen it on the.
It's not a problem of plenty. It's a problem of plenty of average players. That's amazing, Nandi Singh.
When you keep rewarding mediocrity,
You will get.
after a while you will struggle to remain mediocre.
You'll become.
If mediocrity is the benchmark, after a while, क्यों सर? अंधों में काना राजा.
Yes.
That's what they say.
Yes.
चलो यार बस करो यार.
So
Amazing
amazing
Nandi, bye, good
Nandi
night.
is saying it's not a problem of plenty, it is problem of plenty of average players.
ये होती है ना बात.
So
His name is Amazing Nandi.
Amazing.
Jay Thakkar is saying Sports Tak app launched in 2021. India were knocked out of the World Cup in the group stage. Now Sports Tak app has been relaunched this year.
I had read
Because
but
it
I'm
has
not
been
sure.
relaunched. And please, Jay, look at the app. It is fantastic. And with 5G, it'll fly.
Oh.
So will the Indian team.
Of course.
They have already.
No, but Australia already has 5G.
They'll fly, yaar.
Australia already has 5G. 5G is
We need 5G
come here
phones.
now. They
Nokia
already
will
have.
not work. No, my Nokia will not work.
Yes. No,
3310.
wait, we had 5G in Dubai also.
Nokia 3310.
Yeah, the phone has to be compatible.
So we took those
Like
phones that were
5110.
compatible, na?
I have Nokia 5010.
I thought it was 3310.
Is it?
See Udit Chandani's comment.
Babar Azam is also a king.
Let's take a DRS on that. Instead of in the DRS.
Chalo, yaar. Chalo, good night, yaar. Good night.
On
Enjoy
that
yourself.
note,
On that note. See you tomorrow.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Good is
Vanakkam.
taking us out for dinner tomorrow.
Me or you?
I will.
Okay,
but
we will
you will have
yes.
to take out
He's
one
saying,
car. Na,
he's
yaar.
saying you have to take it, he will pay.
You have to take out as in your car.
Where did you go last night?
Sitaras or
Last time?
Horizon 1. What was that place?